Hi everyone. So now we are going to talk about Earth magnetic field and Earth magnetism. Okay. So actually this topic is little bit theory and it's you have to read it very carefully and the material I'll attach this material with the video and you can read it from there. Okay. All right. So that is the only thing you have to check. And now we are going to talk about earth magnetism and we'll read it and we'll try to understand what is exactly this. And as I told you, this is theory topic, is a pretty theory topic. No need to just worry about anything. You have to read it and understand. So as per the most established theory, there are many theories about earth magnetism. So earth is showing a magnetism. So that is why when we take a bar magnet, so you must have experienced this. When you take a bar magnet, when you freely suspend it, when you suspend it freely, so suppose this is north pole and this is south pole, this will align in a particular way. This will always align in a particular way. How it is that the north pole towards the south and south pole towards the north. I mean earth magnetism. It is directly associated with earth magnetism. So there are many theories associated with. So the rotation due to the most established theory, which is the rotation of Earth with various charged ions present in the molten state in the core of the Earth rotate its constituent a current. Okay, the magnetic field of the Earth is similar to one which is obtained a huge magnetism. This is what is most of the scientists who assumed. Okay, so there is like in earlier times, not in the very modern times. I mean, in earlier times, they assumed that there was a huge magnet buried deep inside the earth, and the direction of the earth magnet is it could be, if it is a bar magnet, okay, this is hypothetical only, and it would be like this, and where here it is south and here it will be north, and geographical north, magnetic south, geographic south, magnetic north. All right, so this axis of rotation earth is called geographic axis, and the points where it cuts the surface of the earth is called geographical poles, north pole and south pole. Okay, the circle on the earth's surface is perpendicular to the geographical axis is called equator. So that is what is, we can define the equator in this way only. Okay, in this way also, I mean, so that is what is the second, and we'll move on. Okay, so let's see this. A vertical plane, so we'll read it and you understand it. A vertical plane passing through the geographical axis is called geographical meridian. It's nothing to explain in it, you can understand it with geographical meridian. And the axis of huge magnet is assumed to be lying inside the earth is called magnetic axis of the earth. So as that is what I explained before. So that is what is, there is a magnet over there and there will be an axis for the magnet, right? So that's what it is. So the points where the magnetic axis cuts the surface of earth is called magnetic poles. All right. So magnetic poles. And the circle on the earth's surface perpendicular to the magnetic axis is called magnetic equator. So we have a geographic equator. So in a Earth we have geographic equator, and as I told you, and there is a magnet inside. So you could ask me one doubt that why the magnet is just like this. So that I'll tell you. There is an inclination over here. It's not exactly like in the direction of north south. It is not. It is like this. Okay. So the magnetic axis, the geographic axis is coincide at an angle of 15.5 degree each other. Okay. The magnetic equator divides the Earth into two hemispheres. The hemisphere containing the south polarity of the Earth magnetism is called North Hemisphere, and while the other one is called Southern Hemisphere. The Northern Hemisphere with where the south polarity. Okay, I told you, right? So that's why. So the magnetic field of the Earth is constant and but changes irregularly from the place to place of surface. The Earth, even at the given place, it varies with time. Okay. So like with respect to rotation, as I told you, with respect to rotation, something is changing. The magnetic field is changing. So that we have to consider. Okay. The direction of Earth magnetic field is from south pole to north pole. So what? Why? Because on the south pole, the magnetic north pole. So you can magnetic north, geographic south. magnetic south, geographic north, like that you can remember. Okay, then think about this all things as a story in your mind. Okay, that is the best. So elements of earth magnetism or earth magnetic field. You start reading. Okay. All right. So the magnitude and direction of magnetic field on the Earth at a place is completely given by certain quantities known as magnetic elements. So as I told you, like there are some particular properties here, so that we have to consider. So those properties we have to consider while determining the magnetic field of Earth magnetism or earth magnet. So first one, magnetic declination. It is the angle between geographic and magnetic meridian plane. So we know that there is a magnetic plane and geographical plane. And the magnetic plane means magnetic north south is there, geographic is there. So it's the angle between magnetic meridian and geographic meridian. So declination at a, it's given in the graph is very clearly, that is theta. Theta is a meridian, I mean angle, magnetic declination. So declination at a place expressed as theta e or theta degree w, depending upon whether the north pole of the compass needle lies to the east or the west of the geometrical axis. Okay, so next is angle of inclination or dip angle. Okay, this is important. Angle of inclination or dip angle. So it's an angle between the direction intensity of total magnetic field of Earth and the horizontal line of magnetic. Okay, so this dip angle is somehow it is important compared to other things. Okay, so let's move to the next topic. I mean next slide. Okay. Next, the horizontal component of Earth magnetic field, BH. Horizontal component. Okay. BH is the horizontal component of magnetism, Earth magnetic field. Earth's magnetic field is horizontal only at the magnetic equator. At any other place, the total intensity can be resolved into horizontal component and vertical component. So BH will be VB cos theta and BV will be V sin theta. So BH, just like, do you remember that our what is the velocity? We resolve the velocity in projectile motion. So is V cos theta horizontal, V sin theta vertical. So like that, BH is equal to V cos theta, BV is equal to V sin phi. Okay, because phi is important. Where what is phi? Phi is nothing but dip angle. Okay. So dividing the equation, then you will get tan phi BH by BV by BH. So tan phi is equal to BV divided by BH. Or if you want to find out dip angle phi, it is nothing but tan inverse of BV divided by BH. Okay. So magnetic map and neutral point. So this is also like purely theory topic. So you have to understand what are each lines, and this is not very important in the lead point of view either. So first you have to read completely. Then if you have any doubt, you can ask. Okay. Next is tangent law. This is important. So tangent law means, so when a small magnet is suspended in two uniform magnetic field B and BH, which are the which are right angles to each other, okay, the magnet comes to rest an angle theta with the respect to BH. This is called equilibrium. So when you take a magnet, listen. When you take a magnet, there are two magnetic fields. So there will be a chance to have equilibrium since there are two magnetic fields. One is the external magnetic field that you are applying. So second one is BH, that is the Earth's magnetic field is also there. So what is the equilibrium? MBH, MBH sin theta is equal to MP into sin 90 minus theta. So B will be equal to, the external magnetic field should be equal to BH into tan theta. This is called tangent law. Okay, so this is known as tangent law. And the next is the application of tangent law, which is tangent galvanometer. So read the idea of tangent galvanometer. There is a circular coil and magnetic field of the circular coil also we have to consider. So a magnetic field at the center of the circular coil is equal to mu 0 n I by 2r, and where n is n by n. Sorry, n capital N. Capital N is capital N here, not n by n. So r is the radius of the coil, I is the current is measured, and theta is the angle made by the needle and to the direction of the edge. So then what is the equation? I is equal to k tan theta, and k is equal to 2 rbh. Only you have to remember this equation, nothing else we need. Mu 0 n. Okay, so this is the equation, and it's called a reduction factor. Okay, it is known as the reduction factor. Okay. Uh, there are two more things, that is two more um, devices which we have to discuss by using the same thing. I mean the same idea in magnetism and matter, but this is like those are like very important in the sense of many problem solving sessions. So numericals are important in that. So what I would like to do is I would like to discuss that. This is theory topic. That is why I have discussed here. So I will discuss in the board. Okay, on the board by using the board. All right.